So it's a year older.
It's a year older, but this is an entirely estate wine. It's 100%
from this property.
It is.
Okay.
It is, but it's 100% from one particular 8-acre vineyard. So these are from our oldest vines.
And again, I have to ask, Marjorie was
my grandmother, my
okay.
dad's mom.
Okay, so this is the Marjorie vineyard,
this
right?
This is our Marjorie.
Up yonder.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so it's our oldest vines, and it's been with us since 1992. We've been producing this every year since we've been here, and there's always something very distinctive about this wine.
It's a darker color right off the bat. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, please. But
you said there's always something distinctive about this wine.
Yeah, because 100% of the fruit comes from this little 8-acre vineyard.
Right.
It really showcases that particular site. Really deep, jory soils. 5-6 feet of topsoil. It's a great elevation. It's a really gentle slope. But there's something really special about this site. The vines are just now starting to get really established. Planted in 1982,
right.
And they're really starting to now produce some of the best fruit that they ever have in their life.
It's interesting. We've been talking a couple of the places we've been today. The jory soil has come up again and again. There's been a unique soil to this area that obviously imparts a very unique flavor characteristic to the wine, and that's something I guess you're blessed with.
Well, I think it's one of the things that really makes the Willamette Valley special. They're very deep, they're very well draining, and it really allows the roots to get down deep, to penetrate the soil very quickly. For example, we are entirely dry farmed here, and
really,
we are.
No irrigation.
The only irrigation we have is a small portion in our Pinot Gris just behind us here, and it's because there's a bit of a clay pan that the roots have a difficulty penetrating down.
But as far as this Pinot goes,
it's entirely dry farmed, and if we were to replant Marjorie now, it would have no problem establishing itself very quickly because of those deep soils. They have the access to the nutrients, and they can get down. That's
amazing. All right, let's jump in. Yeah, right off the bat, compared to the cuvee, the nose is just, it's big, robust fruit. It's just, wow, okay.
I think one of the things that makes the Eola Amity Hills a unique AVA in the Willamette Valley is you had mentioned that the cuvee has a lot of that red fruit profile. It has a lot of the strawberry and raspberry and cherry.
Right.
And I think a lot of the wines out of the Eola Amity Hills have those higher toned red fruit profiles.
Right.
I think this is right in line with that.
Now, does this spend some time in oak, because it definitely has a nice sort of underlayer of just sort of sweet, spicy, and just a hint of pepper too, which I wasn't expecting, but I like it. It works really well.
Well,
am I crazy?
I don't think you're crazy at all. I think you're
I
absolutely.
Actually am, but
I think you nailed it. So the Marjorie that we're trying now sees about 18 months in oak, whereas the cuvee about 11.
Right.
But one unique thing that I didn't mention about our processing here is we use a really high percentage of whole cluster. Meaning, when you harvest a grapevine, you get clusters, right? Just like you would see in your grocery stores, some table grapes.
Sure.
Well, what most wineries will do is they will essentially put the grapes, the clusters, through a machine called a destemmer, and it basically shakes the berries gently off of the stem.
Right.
It's to get as much of the fruit character as possible. Well, we choose to put the entire whole bunch right in the fermenter.
Really?
In varying percentages. So we would use anywhere from really 0% whole cluster to 100% whole cluster. And so those spicy notes that you pick up, I think you nailed it, because you get a lot of those really spicy sort of clove, baking spice, cinnamon, sort of that brambly blackberry bush kind of flavors from the stems
and whatnot. Wow, that's interesting. But it's interesting. The fruit is hard enough and high quality enough that it handles it. It sort of it winds up being a nice sort of envelope for the fruit.
I agree, and I think that the fruit is there and the structure is there that it really could age. I think that we purposely make these single vineyard wines, the Marjorie, Louise, Jessie, Eileen. I think we make them all to age and to age well.
Is that sort of part of the Cristom philosophy, like make a nice age-worthy wine?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, this is fantastic. I'm having trouble. Must. Okay, got it. Nice.
I'm going to finish mine.
God bless you.
So, lastly, to show the ageability, I pulled out...
99.
This is a 99.
Okay.
So it's a 10-year-old wine, but this is a 99 Jessie.
Now Jessie is...
My great-grandmother, my dad's grandmother.
And that is up... See, that was that way, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's east-facing, and
Right.
it's out of camera, it's out of view, but it's on our hillside. It's a steep hillside.
Okay. So 10 years old. Okay,
it's 10 years old.
I'm intrigued.
And I think it showcases exactly what I was saying, that our single vineyards are made to age. They're made to be laid down.
And it's great. I don't know if the camera can see this, but the wine is a lighter shade, and there's some bubbles here from just poured it, but the edges are sort of have that sort of salmon color on the edge, like it's a, obviously a 10-year-old wine, and yeah, as it goes off to the edge, it becomes sort of salmon and almost clear at the edge. So that's a nice 10-year-old Oregon Pinot. Very excited.
I was talking about the whole clusters. It adds a lot of tannin.
Right.
So when we are purposely making these wines to age, it's partly because we've added these whole clusters to the wine. We're adding extra tannin.
To make that wine last.
Exactly. But as the wine ages, it really softens, and it really becomes silky in texture.
Okay. I don't know how much longer I can listen to you talk about without tasting it. The nose has sort of a... It smells like a 10-year-old wine. It's got sort of a...
It's evolved.
Yeah, it's evolved. There's woodsy notes.
Not quite as fruit forward, but the fruit is still there. On the palate, I find it to be...
Wow.
Very velvety, very enveloping of the tongue. It's soft.
It's soft and velvety, and then the fruit has become a little bit sort of just candied, but quietly candied. Like it's not intense. It's just very kind of mellow and easy and just.
I feel like I want to pull out a guitar, And,
do you have one? I think we have one in the car. No.
This is the kind of wine you want to tell the love of your life. The woman that broke your heart story over.
Totally. Watch the sun go down and spin a yarn and.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you had a big, comfy couch in this deck here. I think I could fall asleep. I have fallen asleep with a glass of wine in my hand. Believe me. Yeah, this is neat. I mean, there's definitely, and I always find this with wines that are a 10-year-old or a 20-year-old bottle of wine. It's like you open it up and it's like this wine's been in that bottle. It's waited for me. It's waited for this moment for us to open this wine, and there's something amazing about that. So again, these are wine. You were how old when these were picked?
Well, in 1999, I would have been 16.
So you were 16. You probably picked these grapes. And you were 16 years old. Now here we are, 10 years later, enjoying the bottle of wine. That's got to be pretty neat for you.
It is. It is. It's and it's great. I love to see how the wines evolve. I mean, each year we open this wine. And we have tasting notes on each year.
So you've had this 99 a year ago and maybe a year before that.
This honestly and truly is one of the best wines I think we've ever made.
Nice.
And I've had the opportunity to try it probably 10 or 15 times, and it's amazing to me how it just changes year after year after year. And I think personally, I think it's in the peak of its life right now. I think it's ready to drink. It should be drank now. Well,
I got to tell you, Tom, I feel privileged that you chose to open a bottle this special when we came to visit, and thank you for taking your time.
Absolutely. It's been my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming to see us.
Thank you. I'm going to share it with my crew next. I'm Neil Myers, wineexpedition.com, signing off from Salem, Oregon at Cristom Vineyards. Cheers.
Cheers to all of you.